Good afternoon, Namibia, and welcome to the Government Information Center as we bring you the Cabinet briefing session today so that you are informed in terms of the decision made by Cabinet. My name is Shoki Kanjimi, and I'll be your moderator for this next few minutes. But for now, let me welcome the Minister of Information and Communication Technology, Honorable Emma Tiefeles, to deliver the decisions.
Good afternoon, Shoki, and thank you for having me. This afternoon, of course, I'd like to issue to you, the public, the viewers and listeners, the Cabinet decisions issued at the second decision-making Cabinet meeting that was held earlier this week on the 27th of February 2024. But before that, Shoki, I'd just like to give information to the public that as a Ministry of ICT, we have been getting a lot of queries post the mourning period of our late President, Dr. Hage G. Geingob. One query is around the flying of flags. Would like to, of course, announce that the flags will now fly at full mast and not anymore at half mast. Secondly, there has been inquiries about the public holidays related to the 25th of February 2024, if that public holiday will continue going forward in the years to come. That is not the case. Therefore, the public holiday that was proclaimed by His Excellency the President, Dr. Nangolo Mpumba, remains only for the mourning period of the late President. Lastly, we will give further announcement on the hanging of the portraits or the official portraits of the fourth president of Dr. Nangolo Mpumba in future, and we ask that the public continue to hang the portraits of the late President Dr. Hage G. Geingob. As we now move into the Cabinet decisions, as decided this past Tuesday, Cabinet decision number 1 is related to the National Trade Policy. Cabinet approved the draft National Trade Policy, which aims to contribute towards Namibia's economic diversification by promoting and stimulating a competitive trade sector to increase export of goods and services. And Cabinet further directed the Ministry of Industrialization and Trade to coordinate the implementation of the policy in line with the Implementation Action Plan. Cabinet decision number 2. Cabinet granted approval for the Ministry of Health and Social Services to host the International Atomic Energy IAEA Regional Technical Meeting of the points of contact on the import and export of radioactive sources in Windhoek, Namibia, from the 22nd to the 24th of April 2024. The third Cabinet decision, Cabinet endorsed the hosting of the training course on building nuclear safeguards capacity in Africa in Swakopmund, Namibia, from the year 2024 to the year 2027. And Cabinet took note of the local costs associated with the hosting of the training course budgeted for under the budget vote of the Ministry of Health and Social Services. The next Cabinet decision relates to agriculture. Cabinet took note of the report of the 5th session of the Specialized Technical Committee on Agriculture, Rural Development, Water and Environment. Cabinet further took note that Namibia was elected as the 3rd Vice Chair of the Bureau of the STC ARDWE and will be expected to attend the meetings of the committee during her tenure. Cabinet also took note that Namibia is one of the African Union member states that is lagging behind with the implementation of the commitments made under the Malabo Declaration and the CAADP, in particular the allocation of 10% of the national budget to agriculture. Cabinet further also took note of other resolutions of Specialized Technical Committee on Agriculture, Rural Development, Water and Environment, as well as reflected in Cabinet submission, as well as those contained in the back of office report of experts. Cabinet also supported Namibia's continued attendance of the meetings of this specialized committee since Namibia was elected as the 3rd vice chairperson of the bureau of this committee. The 5th Cabinet decision is related to the central area of Namibia water supply. Cabinet took note that NamWater will attend the inefficiency hampering the water supply in the current water distribution systems through urgent rehabilitation and maintenance. Cabinet also took note that suppose no inflow is received in the dams, the existing water sources will only be sufficient to secure a regular water supply to the central areas of Namibia system until July 2025, with a water savings of 5% by consumers as a prerequisite to achieving this target. Cabinet also further took note that despite several ongoing short to medium-term projects, that is the second direct portable reclamation plant, the upgrades to the Gamams and Ochomwisa sewage plants, the Bergaukas capacity upgrade, and the Apanab development, the central area of Namibia is still expected to experience severe water supply shortages in the next 4 to 7 years, should a viable long-term water supply solution not become available. Cabinet took note that the feasibility study for the Northern Desalination Plant will be carried out and to be funded by the Africa Development Bank grant. Cabinet also took note that further studies to assess and investigate the feasibility of supplying potable water to southern regions through pipelines from the integrated southern dams, which is the Nekatal and Hardap, and possibly the Nauta dams, will be carried out. Cabinet approved the fast-tracking of the implementation of the short to medium-term projects, that is the second direct potable reclamation plant, the upgrades to the Gamams and Ochomwisa sewage plants, and the Bergaukas capacity upgrade to reduce any unforeseen risks from insufficient water supplies. Cabinet approved the prioritization of the long-term water supply solutions, that is the Okavango link, and the desalination projects to ensure water supply security to the north central regions, southern regions, northeastern regions, Erongo region, and the central areas of Namibia, which include Windhoek. Cabinet approved in principle the funding for the long-term water supply solution from the Okavango River with a volume of 32 cubic meters. My apologies. Cabinet directed the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform to notify the Permanent Okavango River Basin Water Commission, OKACOM, of Namibia's planned measures to develop the Okavango Link project, and Cabinet approved that a feasibility study be conducted of the new desalination plant for the northern regions of Namibia. The next Cabinet decision is related to the Ministry of Justice. Cabinet authorized the Ministry of Justice to submit the replies to the list of issues to the Human Rights Committee on or before the 1st of March 2024 through the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation relating to the third periodic report on the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. Cabinet also authorized the Attorney General of the Republic of Namibia to lead the delegation to the dialogue and accompanied and assisted by officials from relevant offices, ministries, and agencies during this dialogue. The next Cabinet decision relates to an MOU between the Government of the Republic of Namibia and that of the Republic of Angola. Cabinet authorized the Ministry of Sport, Youth and National Service to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Government of Angola in the field of sport development, and Cabinet also authorized the same ministry to transmit the draft MOU document through the established channels to the Government of Angola. The last Cabinet decision is related to a financial statement and annual report. Cabinet took note of the Namibia Ports Authority, NAMPORT, annual report and financial statement, and authorized the Minister of Finance and Public Enterprise to table the said report and financial statements in the National Assembly. This concludes today's Cabinet Decisions briefing as per the second Cabinet decision-making meeting held on the 27th of February 2024.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister of Information and Communication Technology, Honorable Emma Phyllis, delivering the latest cabinet decisions. Also, before she did that, she did indicate that the mourning period has concluded and all flags should be flown at full mast. Also, don't forget to maintain the status quo in terms of the official portraits of the president, in terms of the late president, followed by the founding father, and also the former president. This concludes our briefing at the Government Information Center for today. From the team and myself, until next time, it's good afternoon, Namibia.